we started thinking more, okay, how can we extend our communication with the customer, understand, and we started looking at the case that we had those days, which we made in RobotStudio, which is our base software for robot simulations or whatever, for ABB at least. So we compared, we said, why not compare? What can we do in visual components and compared to how we work in RobotStudio traditionally? And then we got a really nice help from you, Christer, since we did not know the software really, showing that we can, I have to say, in crazy fast, get a concept up like this, including picking all products, putting them into the racks, changing the racks, the truck comes and leaves everything. And even though the question was only like to check the buffer on the conveyor, it gave us so much more information. And it was done in 4 hours from your side, which I think that was like for us a trigger to really start thinking, oh, is this really possible? Yes, it was. And then we started thinking, how can we use this in a way to explore a new business? So from this simulation and on, I have to say it was like more thinking about how to implement this, how to start than if. Before it was like, should we really do stuff like this? But after this, at least I was convinced this is the way we need to go to be able to get better systems up and running. So, and this simulation is excellent because it shows what you can do in such a quick time. And then you can keep this if you want to study the robot motion in more detail.
And this, what we see right now on the video, that is interesting. When we have the changeover from the pallets, what happens with the flow on the conveyor line, how that affects, and we get this kind of interesting movements when the belt starts after each other.
Yeah. And the good thing here is that we can run. Normally what we did before was using those like extreme conditions, reaching to the maximum, can we stuff like that? What's the maximum cycle time? But that's not fair because when you put stuff in a rack, you get the shorter times when you start putting stuff in a nearer position. So getting this more holistic, complete view of what's going on is like crucial.
And I guess also that you could get the correct robot model and didn't need to fake another brand yellow.
Yeah, but now I have seen, after this, I realized I think Porsche are painting the ABB robots in more or less that color. So it could be, yeah. But also that's something we started asking you about. How does this work? Can we change the robot? How does that work? What do we need to change? Yeah. This was a really good starting point, a good case to start that.
I remember that one of the trickiest things was the picking position for the robot. And getting that cycle time, because you had a clear demand of what the cycle time should be. That was a tricky thing to move the robot and still not wasting too much time.
Yeah.
So having those blended motions, for example.
Yeah. So this was good for us internally and also for the customer communication.